G'day viewers. Now this might shock and surprise some of you, but occasionally when some complete fucking tosser writes a spectacularly stupid comment on one of my videos, I go right off. And I mean right fucking off. You might think, well, you're an angry guy, you're generally angry, I see you doing it. No, every now and then when someone's stupid enough, I will really fucking lose it at them. Not because I expect them to change, because I expect they're too stupid to change, but I just want to release all my frustration about how these oxygen thieves are allowed to keep existing in the world, and we have to put up with them. And then, lo and behold, events happened that made it even more relevant. And I'm talking in this case about mass shootings in America. When there was the worst ever modern day shooting by a single shooter in the US, in Texas, Texas was the recent one. I get them mixed up. You know, you actually have to ask which one when you ask, were you upset by the mass shooting? The Las Vegas one, which as I said at the time, it's the worst one until the next one that's worse. Now, the shooting in Texas killed less people. But when I made a video saying, like, I refuse to even get upset about these things, because what's the fucking point? Because they're going to keep happening. The solution is bizarrely straightforward that has been enacted virtually everywhere else in the world, namely even slightly sane gun control legislation, limiting who can get guns and what type of guns and how many guns they can get. Pretty much everywhere in the world, apart from the US, has successfully implemented this. And nowhere in the world, apart from the US, nowhere that isn't a war zone, suffers these sorts of mass shootings on a regular basis. And yes, as we all know in the US, they're at a depressingly regular basis. The commenter in question, they started off with saying, oh, you say that Australia's knuckled under to the New World Order and other conspiracy bullshit. And that's not what set me off, because that's just common or garden variety moron. I mean, that's the sort of person who, to me, they're not worth expending too much energy on. Because anybody who ever unironically goes on about the New World Order or other stupid conspiracies, I mean, they're too fucking stupid to bother with. So I just said, you're a fucking moron. And then he comes back with, oh, you want gun control laws? What has gun control ever done for Australia? Excuse the fuck out of me? What has gun control ever done for Australia? You shit-eating, inbred, shit-stinking, rancid, pus-filled bag of monkey vomit? What has gun control done for Australia? It's kept thousands of fucking Australians alive. That's what it's done. Because while mass shootings are the most dramatic example of the sickness that exists in America, the higher death toll are from one-off homicides, but particularly suicides. Even in America, suicide by gun kills more people than homicide by gun. And that was the case in Australia too, with widespread guns being available prior to the Port Arthur massacre. So what gun restrictions did for Australia was drop the death rate by guns by 67%, like by 2/3, and we haven't had a single fucking mass shooting since then. I mean, that's how stupid fuckwits who say the gun issue in America isn't a problem are. That's how stupid they are. When there is the bloody blindingly obvious benefit. What benefit did Australia get from not having guns? People not fucking dying, you fucking idiot. It's so blindingly obvious. There was a nasty mass shooting. Australia woke up and went, no, fuck no. And the vast majority of the country supported the government, the Conservative government's plans to restrict the number of guns available to the public. Lo and behold, not a single mass shooting since. And as I said, just the death rate from guns down by 2/3. Now, there are still fuckheads in Australia, and they're a tiny minority, but they exist, who go, no, we should have much more guns. Our freedoms are restricted. Get fucked, all of you. The vast majority of the country hates you and thinks you're fucking scum, and they will lie and equivocate, saying like, oh, well, there's no proof that the reduction in gun deaths by suicide and homicide are related to the gun control. Now, no, you can't unequivocally prove it. It's saying that, well, look, we did the gun control here and the death rate went down. And it also is, it's not consistent. It's not a straight line. Some years have more deaths than others. But overall, 2/3 less annual gun deaths now than before the gun control went in. Yes, you can't unequivocally say that's a direct cause. You know, that's saying correlation equals causation. But, you know, you could always look at the observations brought out by the Well Duh Institute that, of course, that's the major fucking contributor. It's like the level of stupidity required to say, well, yes, we've had this massive reduction in gun deaths and no mass shootings, but the fact that that directly correlates to when we introduced gun restrictions, I don't know why you think the gun restrictions have anything to do with that. Man, fuck those people. And I really can't stand, and this is mostly an American thing, but not limited to them, the fucking ridiculous double standards. Like, no, dozens of people killed by a fuckwit with a gun, and it's like, but you can't talk about gun control. That's politicizing it. One arsehole piece of shit who in the name of ISIS runs down people in a truck, and Trump says instantly, I'm completely changing immigration law. So one fuckwit does one thing and you do something radical. Repeated, non-stop chains of fuckwits kill people with guns, but you can't do anything about it. And even on little things, I think Kinder eggs are still illegal in the US because, the toy, it's a thing you eat that has a toy, it's a choking hazard. Kids can get a hold of guns easier than they can get a hold of Kinder eggs in the US. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, this fucking shirt, I deliberately chose a bad taste shirt to wear this when I made myself. Actually says, bang, you're dead. I couldn't wear this in a US airport without getting arrested. That's based on actual cases. I'm not going in for hyperbole. I couldn't wear this in a US airport without getting arrested. There was a guy who was arrested because he had the motif on his t-shirt was a fucking transformer that had a gun on its arm. And he was told that's threatening and he can't wear it in an airport. So no pictures of guns, but hey, actual guns for everyone. Open carry in Texas. Fuck. And the spectacularly stupid fuckwits who've said two of the stupidest things after the Texas shooting in the church and saying like, hey, well, isn't it lucky they were in church close to God? That's the best place to be shot. And two, everyone should carry guns into church to defend against that sort of thing. It's fucking insanity. And this is why I don't get upset when I see people say, oh, I'm heartbroken. Really? Are you? How? How do you manage that? How do you manage to be heartbroken? Oh, there were children. There are children in all the fucking shootings. Oh, but they were in a place where they should have felt safe. It was a place of worship. Oh, it was just at the cinema. It's always somewhere where you should feel like some cunt is not going to shoot you. You must just be heartbroken all the time. Not enough to actually fucking do anything. Not enough to get involved in any meaningful advocacy to get basic common sense laws put in place. But this is why I just don't give a shit. People go, thoughts and prayers, I'm heartbroken. That shit's fucking meaningless. At least I can be open and say, well, you know what? I don't see anything changing, so fuck it. I don't care. As opposed to these people say, I'm really upset. No, you're fucking not. Or you would do something. Because the solution is perfectly fucking straightforward. Everyone else in the world pretty much has enacted laws that stop this shit from happening the way it happens in the US. The answer's right in front of you. And if you don't do it, you don't fucking care.